Yeah.
at the pseudo panelist
To the
desk.
panel.
At the pseudo
The
panelist
fake
desk.
panel. All
Yeah,
right.
we are now at the game, ladies and gentlemen. It's game number 5 of the RGL. You know what, Wolf? What's interesting for me is it is clear that we are seeing that both countries having different metas, right? Because I think this type of strategy that is being pulled off by Team Malaysia is our past strategy,
No.
right? Probably
This.
3 months ago. So I don't know. Yeah, I clearly agree
So,
with you that this is the easier route for Team Philippines just to
okay.
funnel the carry and land all the damage.
There you go. So Galaxia's main is from Philippines, right?
Yep. Yep.
Synergy Esports from Malaysia. There you go. Now, as we can see, it's easier for the carry to get the farm. It's still even evident on the farm that you're seeing right now. 600 gold already available for this carry. Only almost 500 for the COD. So it's a much easier funnel strategy for Galaxia's main to do that. And even then, if you look at the overall economy, Galaxia's main is doing better as compared to Synergy Esports.
Definitely. I think Galaxia's main pulled off a risky invade on the orange side of the red team of the Synergy Esports. That's why they got delayed for a little bit. But
I'll agree with that because you want to make full use of your own kit, which is this time the killing spree that he chose.
Yeah, or I could
Yeah.
probably be wrong. He probably decided to use this just to outplay in certain type situations, especially in the late game. So yeah, I don't know. We shall see.
We shall see. So far, a big economy lead coming out from Philippines. Galaxia's main. He gets his level 4. The Esmeralda. Still a lot of XP lead. Maybe if we can look on the XP chart, maybe we can see who's leading by now. So it's heavily in favor of the blue side. See, that's 1,000 more than okay. So it went down to just 500, but still that's a lot of EXP that they gain. They are even trying to invade this time. When they go for, they weren't able to get it, but it's okay. They get the kill. That's the first kill. Kaja is gonna be the exchange, but Selena dumps into the wall, and the dash will not complete.
I would take that trade. Galaxia's main winning that one, getting 2 kills plus negating the purple buff, and will finally get their buff on their own. Carry, Mr. I can't read his name.
Yeah, I can't. I can't.
Something. Yeah, it's too small.
Yeah, it's too small.
For our screen, Jinbu. Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't matter. As long as it's the carry.
DT. Yeah.
Okay.
We can call him DT now. I'm
DT,
sorry, guys.
Okay.
Sorry,
it's
man.
letter D and it's letter T, and that is what matters in the end.
It's like dude something, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I think they all start with day. This could be their squad. Anyways, Turtle fight now, man. Jean, as the Kufra will miss the mark. Turtle will be taken by the Kaja this time. And there's no wild charge to cancel this ultimate now. Kufra is gonna fall because of that. That's gonna be a secondary kill onto the X-Borg. An exchange kill, a double kill for Synergy Esports. It's not really a double kill, but it's 2 kills. That's what matters in the end. So 2-for-2 trade-off as the arrow will fly and miss.
This is looking pretty dangerous for the side of Synergy Esports. You know why? Because right now, Mr. DT, the carry, has his Raptors machete at under 4 minutes, man. And as a carry player, as a marksman myself, I think a lot of marksman players will agree that this is so fast. With that item in your pockets, man, he can easily charge it up with 15 stacks. He probably has 10 or more stacks right now, and that's a lot of damage from this carry.
Yeah. Now, I can see that even the last insight is being used by the expert. This is how important the wave clear is making sure that their turret in the bottom lane will not fall. And in all due fairness, for Synergy Esports, they haven't lost a turret. So even when they're trailing behind like this, it's understandable. It's okay.
It's
They're
gay.
securing, they're making sure that they aren't pushed yet. But in comes
There you
the
go.
Agile with the Divine Judgment. No kill onto the Claude. Gets away, Manjin, but the kill will be onto the side of the Kufra.
Oh no, that is the last Insanity popped by the X-Borg, but still there's this one fed carry from Dude Titanium. It's Dude
That's the
Titanium.
Titanium.
Yeah, I finally got it. Man.
It's Dade. I think it's Dade.
Yeah, no, it's Dude.
D-A-D-E.
It's Dude. Dude.
It's
Dude.
Dude,
Some-
okay.
Yeah, someone, Dade. Yeah, it's Dade. No,
Okay.
no.
Maybe it's
I
their
was mistaken. I
clan.
was
Maybe it's their
mistaken.
clan.
Yeah.
Or their team
Mr.
or whatever.
Titanium. Can touch him. He is
Oh.
Titanium, right?
See,
Oh,
look at that
okay.
outplay, beautifully done from the Esmeralda, just circling around the Selena, making sure that he's not going to be hit by the arrow. He's able to push the turret. This is what happens when the X-Borg just leaves for a second on the bottom lane. It's now being pushed by Esmeralda, and then middle, Manjin, it's the carry, but it seems like there will be a clash coming here.
Oh my glob, that is just one strong carry, one strong Titanium. Now with the endless battle, more gold because of the bounty. This is one heck of a perfect carry game for him. He can actually
There you
take
go.
1 versus 3 fights now. See, man, yeah, I agree with you, man. Like what you said earlier, you can actually pull off the easier the strategy, the easier the win, right? So Esmeralda with one quick sidestep to dodge the arrow, outplaying the Selena. It just goes to show how easy it is for Galaxia's main
Oh, what a wild charge!
to take this game. Wow, wild charge in the face, under the turret. There you go, this is counter go from the Tyrant's Rage, but the Divine Judgment will secure another kill plus more damage coming in from the carry. And okay, 3 heroes will fall down for the side of Synergy Esports, but still, even though that is a kill for their side, they're still down with a huge deficit. So man, 11-4 Wolf, how can they come back?
Oh, they absolutely need the Claw to take over. They have to group up now. So what's gonna happen is that Galaxia's main will continue to push. Maybe that is something that Synergy Esports need to accept. And in order for them to come back, after accepting the fact that they can't fight anymore, just wait for the time where they can group up with Selena, Kufra, and the Claude. I think that it's not yet over for Synergy Esports. It's a lot of lead for Galaxia's main for sure, but it's not over yet. If they do find their break, like what they're doing now, they're grouping up. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get a kill. But if they do get kills slowly, maybe they can inch their way back to the game. But it seems like Galaxia's main, they're not letting this happen. They're also dividing the map this time.
I think one step at a time will do, and be patient, because patience is a virtue.
Synergy
But
Esports.
Galaxia's main, they're not being patient, they're being aggressive. Here in the bottom side, there you go, the tower down, plus the X-Borg down too. Man, Galaxia's main, the main antagonist of the Marvel Universe, Galactus, it rhymes with their name.
It rhymes.
Yeah, it rhymes with their name, and it rhymes with their skill as well, right? Here we go. Galaxia's main taking down the tower as easy as pie, and I think it's clear that they're owning this game with a huge margin in terms of gold and damage too. Wow, Galaxia's main. What a showing from Team Philippines.
Yep, what a showing indeed. So you see, 13-4, 31k for Galaxia's main, only 20k for Synergy Esports. It's looking bad. It's looking worse. I don't know what else to describe this for Synergy Esports. It's really bad for the team.
Yeah.
And now they're giving shoutouts.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if they're having lag issues, you know, because they're actually saying red, but still on paper, I think that Galaxia's main is clearly outplaying them, right? So, wow. I think for me it's now 80-20.
Yeah.
For the side of Galaxia's main, 20% left for Synergy Esports to come back. Like what you've said, they need to be patient with this claw damage. So, how long though, right?
How long indeed? There's the setup. They want to go for that. Oh man, the jump on the Claude. I'm not even able to finish my sentences. It's so quick. They were able to eliminate the Claude, the carry for Synergy Esports, and they'll even get the side laner. That's the export. So that's free for nothing for Galaxious Main.
I also think that Galaxious Main is now playing with their food. The Cho taunting in the bottom, in the top side, and
oh, there's the jump again.
there you go. Another jump. Jump brothers for real. Man, Carry now having the wind of nature, so there's no way for this this Claude Skrillex to actually kill him with this type of power spike that he has. Plus the wind chant from the wind of nature, the Carry can just tank it out and could probably kill him. Look at that.
Oh yeah,
beautiful ML from Galaxious Main.
That's right. You can see that with the fleeting time available for this Kaja, he also went for Mystery Shop, so that's the fleeting time so early picked up. This meant that they will have Divine Judgment almost always up, and you can see the back-to-back Divine Judgment plays, helping Galaxious Main to secure their ticket to the Lord, and might even have secured the game already for Galaxious Main.
Yep. But still, Synergy Esports holding the door. This is the greatest Malaysian defense. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. The Carry! The Carry falls down, and let's go! Synergy Esports Malaysia! Truly Asia!
Wow. Okay.
A strong taking 3 heroes and now defending their tower, defending their base. There are no minions. Wow, what happened, man?
A classic Filipino impatience for Galaxious Main. And I think you also said that there was a time where Galaxious Main are playing with their food. And that's exactly what happened in there. They thought that they're strong enough that they can really dive against Synergy Esports. That's such some disrespect. Because the thing with Mobile Legends is, even when you're stacked up, you cannot do those kind of dives. Oh, what a nice dive in there from Azurit?
Azumaril.
I don't know.
Can't read also. I can't read it also.
Yeah.
But again, Wolf. I think it's a classic. It's the classic Filipino sour moves.
Yeah, the sour moves that we're talking about.
As we say it here in the Philippines. But going back, still Galaxious Main, they have the upper hand. But man, that was such a huge play from Synergy Esports. Again, you do not underestimate their damage output, right? Plus, they have a Selena to actually pick you up. So whenever they have damage now, they can actually go for the burst. So Galaxious Main, stop playing with your food and play the game right.
Yeah. Let's see. They're preparing for the Death Brush or the Death Bush. But it seems like Synergy Esports will not bite this at all.
Yeah. That is what I call the ambush.
The ambush.
There you go. There you go. 0J tumbling out. But look at the damage from the Carry. Just one phantom step and one basic attack. It really hurts. It really hurts to love like this. There you go. Another pickup. It really hurts. If you want to love like this, that's a lyric from the song. That's a lyric from the song here.
That's a song in the Philippines, guys.
Yeah. Sorry,
it's
guys.
a nice song. Look it up.
We love to make puns here, you know.
Nevertheless, now Galaxious Main are considering to fight this. Flicker has been expended by the Kufra, and Galaxious Main might be more confident now taking the next team fight, or maybe after them losing this show, maybe they'll wait for another opportunity. That might be the next Lord, which will respawn in a few seconds. But no, they say, okay, let's try to poke, forcing some ultimates. So that's last insanity expended by Synergy Esports. Yet another confidence boost for the side of Galaxious Main.
Here comes the Cho now, running towards the top lane, or probably the mid lane to add more pressure. It's still 27 seconds for the Lord, but oh, that was huge. That was actually huge. Picking off one, Galaxious Main, they're on the verge to victory. Synergy Esports just holding, just staying inside, just quarantining their, just doing the quarantine quarantine mode, just quarantining in their base. But
It's
man,
lockdown.
okay,
It's
a
total lockdown. It's a lockdown. But there's the Claude with the ultimate. Okay, so that's two
Oh my
kills in favor of Galaxius main and
God.
Synergy Esports. Oh, sorry, in favor of Synergy Esports. And it's another stumbling block that Galaxius main had to
Yeah, and
take over.
look at
The
the goal.
plateau. The
Yeah, look at the
plateau.
goal. Man, is this another classic? Is this another Filipino classic
We don't
From-
know, Manjin.
from
But-
this series?
It's looking good for Synergy Esports. It could be a death rush though. The Esmeralda is here around. There will be a pause because of this.
Yeah, I think the show requested for a pause. But okay, Wolf. If you're gonna think about it, earlier Galactus main, they can actually dive in and go for risky plays. But now they can't. Again, burst damage after burst damage, right? So plus you have fire stakes, and you have the Tyrant's Rage counterplay from team Malaysia. So
Yeah.
it's really looking hard right now for Team Galactus main to really enter the high ground.
It is weird because if you look a few minutes ago, they have a straight up chance to just dominate the game and just win it by force. But they were disrespectful of the power of their opponents. You have to take note. This is still Selena, and there's no item that can save you from the stun, right?
Arrow.
I mean, obviously there's a purify, but there's no straight up item that can save you from those kind of moments, and that's what they didn't respect coming out of pushing, even with the Lord on their side. That is weird to me for Galactus main. But we'll see as we now head back into the game.
Well, unless
Right.
you have a Winter Truncheon, I guess, but the carry won't actually pick that. Here we go. We're now back at the game, ladies and gentlemen. The show is still on the death timer. The Lord is now falling low. That's going to be the knock-up carry. Will secure it. Titanium. There you go, blazing to it. But the wind chant is there to help the carry to survive, and he will take another kill. Two heroes falling down. Make that 3 for Synergy Esports. Double kill as well for Esmeralda, and that is it. That is going to be the cherry on top. Galactus main owning Synergy Esports 23-10. I think this is going to be the final push. Wolf, any thoughts?
Yeah, I think this is the end. I'm not seeing any chance for Synergy Esports to come back from this unless Galactus main really stumbles, but it's not likely to happen 2 times in a row. Meaning to say it's Galactus main to advance in our tournament, surviving Synergy Esports and winning another match for Team Philippines.
And I think that's going to be 4-1
That's right.
for the Filipinos. Props to Synergy Esports. They pulled off a good fight, and their MVP is going to be Titanium with 12
Titanium.
and 8. Yeah, he is Titanium.
Yeah. Solid solid draft for Galactus main, and I would say not the best when it comes to mid-game executions, but their early game, Manjin, I think that's something we have to take note. As they did perfectly well. They stayed true to their strategy, and it meant that they were able to control the game, build enough lead for them to get a comfortable spot in the mid game. In the late game, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So right now, Shinbu is now updating.
Yep.
Updating the bracket schedule. I think we still
right.
have 3 games left, I guess. Yeah, okay.
2 games.
No, 3
games. Yeah, we still have 3
we still have 3 games left, and I think it's time for me to say goodbye to the viewers.
Is it actually? So you did cast all of the games, or all the four games?
Yeah, I casted all my 4 games, and I think it's time for Butters' turn now to cast. So before I go, I would like to plug my page. So
Go ahead, man.
If you're new here, if you're watching, like my page. Hey, Shinbu, don't do that. Don't like my page. Manjin Paldas, yan. on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and
That's right.
Instagram. Thank you so much for having me here at the RealMe Gaming League. We still have 3 games left, and I will now pass the mic to the most poggy, to the most handsome man in South Korea, in North Korea. I mean,
Yeah.
Mr. Butters, take the floor.
Yeah, straight up from North Korea. Butters, welcome to the stream. And I heard you're from outer space. How is life going from outer space, my friend? Yep.
So
Mhm.
this is going to be a clash of the countries that is going to be, really close. I don't think that Philippines will actually, dominate this. As much as we know that the other Philippine teams right here are really strong.
Mhm.
And we did see the gauge already. Like right now, Malaysia is really strong as well. So this is gonna go 50-50, and I'm excited for the next matches and for the next days of RGL.
That's right. So far, I'm keeping tab of the score. So now Aether Chicks, that's Philippines winning against Miracle MYY, the first one. So that's 1 point for Philippines. They next is another point for the first point for Malaysia. Real Boss outpowering Perpetual GMA. So
Yeah.
what's 1-1, and then Peso Esports winning against SSG Gaming. Back to back, Mahina Po Gaming winning against Never Walk Alone, and then Galaxious Main. So far when it comes to score, it's 4-1. There you go. It's four
Mhm.
for one. Okay,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
honestly, it doesn't really matter whether or not Philippines wins against Malaysia. It's not about that, anyways. It's about the teams individually, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
So yeah,
That is true. That is
we're
true.
just waiting for the teams to load up, get to the lobby, and we'll see who will be winning between the sadistic gods, okay, interesting name, versus a Family X Gaming from Malaysia.
So is our this is the third to the last match
That's right.
for this day. This is, I mean, looking at their names, it's very edgy. Like
It
the
is.
sadistic gods, then Family X Gaming. Whenever you have an X on your name, you're edgy already. So
That's right.
there's a battle of the edge lords. Not really sure how this is gonna go.
Yeah.
And looking right now at the lobby, their names are really scary. Like it's
Which ones?
two
Which
H
ones?
2H_02. That's like what do you call this? A secret agent name.
That's right.
You don't name yourself like that.
Yeah, you know what they say when
What?
you when you meet someone online and you already see their
Mm-hmm.
names and they're already very scary just because of their names. Yeah, I think that there are names that make you really scary to face when it comes to like the
Mm-hmm.
actual games itself, and
Yeah.
and it's gonna be really exciting to see.
It depends. It depends. I mean, if
Yeah,
if they're really scary, then it's probably going to be good on their side. But on the side of Family X Gaming, if I'm not mistaken, Family X Gaming, they seem to be very family oriented. Having having a team name as Family X Gaming, man, I don't know, but
yeah,
it really feels like they're the most family oriented team in RGL.
yep. I know. I'm really excited to see this family
Okay,
on how they perform. We'll see.
so what looking at
Yeah,
it, looking at the scoreboard right now, like there is one representative from Malaysia who made it through our next round, our second round, which is Real Boss. But after
mhm.
that, it's all Philippines. So will Malaysia get another point and get another representative in to the second round with this match, or will it be another Filipino team who's going to advance? Malaysia, you really have to, just go
To
in
catch up.
and get this, get the, what do you call this? Get the slot.
Yeah, so far it's 4-1, and we know that it's not a contest. Don't get us
Yeah.
wrong; it's not a contest at all. But definitely, if you're supporting Malaysia, you would love to have a more representation for the team. So far, it's just real boss. And honestly, I was able to kind of catch a glimpse of their game even when I wasn't casting, and they are looking really strong. So
Yeah.
it's exciting to see real boss going up against Aether Chicks in that match in the upper bracket. And I think that during the upper bracket matches, it's not a single elimination bracket, which means that after surviving this best of one, you will have a little bit of leeway heading into the actual upper bracket and then the lower bracket if you do go down to the lower bracket for RGL.
That is true. And that is how you secure your slot. Now,
Mhm.
looking at it, I don't know, but considering considering that we had really close games earlier, it could have gone both ways.
Mhm.
I'm excited for the next round. Just looking at the what do you call this? Just looking at the roster right now for the second day that's going to happen is probably next week.
Yeah, that's next week.
It looks promising. It looks promising.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna see. We're gonna see each other every Friday of June. I think
Mhm.
for the first 3 weeks. So we're excited to see you constantly every week. So Friday is all about RGL, about the RealMe Gaming League, and I
And
think that
if you're from
yeah,
if you're from the Philippines, Friday means RGL and Bungo.
yeah. Mongo is bean sprouts. No, or is bean sprouts. I think, or pre bean sprouts.
What's Bungo in English? Let's check. Let's check. Let's check. We have the power.
It's just it's
It's mung
beans.
beans.
Mung
It's
beans.
mung
There you go.
beans.
I'm
Mung
sure it's
beans.
available in other parts of Southeast Asia. It's not like it's only Philippine. It's only a Filipino food, but in the Philippines, Fridays they mean Mungga Day or Mung Beans Day
Yes.
because of
Uh,
I
I
think it's
don't know why.
because of no, it's because of fasting. I think that every Friday, apart from the fact that you won't have enough money to give yourself a complete meal during Fridays, it's also customary that fasting starts Friday, and
Yeah.
the usual fasting go-to food is mung beans and
That's the
rice.
first time I've heard of the fact
Yeah, it is. It
why
is. It is.
why we have Mungo on Fridays.
That's right. That's true.
Like, what is the reason why we can't have hot dog day? Hot dog
Because
day
it's meat,
on.
man, and mung
Okay,
beans are
okay. Mung beans.
considered veggies. Mung beans, bro.
So, technically, if you put anything that's meat on mung beans,
It
that's
doesn't
wrong.
count. It doesn't
It
count
doesn't.
anymore.
It's not. It's
That's right. That's right.
it's not the traditional mung beans that we're doing.
That's right.
Like
That's right.
that was intended. That was set by tradition. Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
So it's more fasting usually. It's a
Okay.
tradition here in the Philippines. But yeah, for all the Filipino fans out there, I know you had your nice supper with the mung beans, but now you can enjoy the game with it, and I think that's nice. Enjoying your rice meal with nice Mobile Legends games, and we are gonna see some Southeast Asian Mobile Legends action in just a bit. We're
All
just
right.
starting
All right.
now. Okay.
Okay. We are going to go in to the draft in 3, 2, 1. It's not gonna show instantly. Oh, well,
There it is.
wow. Production value.
Man, production value from Shinbu himself.
You
The
have to give
best
it up for Shinbu
in the
Events team.
business.
Shinbu Events team.
Shinbu Events Team,
You know what? This
the
just
Crop
sets
God.
this just sets this idea on my mind that Shinbu is one of the greatest people in esports.
Oh, that's right. I just want to say
Cast and
that in
fraud
the
at the same time.
no, man, I'm telling you right now. If you look from this point, said this time, saying this now. 10 years from now, if you look back, you're gonna consider Shinbu as one of the national heroes for esports.
The ones
Because
the
of-
ones who died.
Yes. The ones who gave their life for esports, Shinbu is one of those guys.
The ones who
Heroes.
almost died for esports.
Shinbu is a national treasure.
Yes.
I'm telling you now.
You
I'm
know the
telling you.
Yamashita treasure? Though the Shinbu treasure first.
Because of you, Bruno Mars made that song. And he said, treasure, that is what you
That is
are.
what you are. And that is what Shinbu is.
That's right. That's right. Anyways, here we go. Into the draft. It's a Hanzo ban. It's a Kufra ban. And Natalia, as well as the Claude, which prompts the sadistic gods to pick this Atlas. Again, the sadistic gods are from Philippines, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they are. So it's Family X Gaming from Malaysia. Okay, we'll see.
So X-Work in the carry, I like the follow-up to the Atlas. They have this wombo combo thing going to their side. They have the Atlas Ultimate to the last Insanity. That is a probability that it can happen, and that can soak up a lot of damage for the side of X-Work. But the thing about it is, how sure are they that Atlas can make a good initiation with the Jawhead on the other side?
Yeah, it's gonna be harder, but the thing is, you don't really look for Atlas as that hero that will surely give you the initiations. For sure, obviously, Atlas's initiation is so solid. But one thing you can also get from Atlas is that staying power in the front lines. It's a very tanky hero, and unlike other tanks, there's a lot of propensity of an outplay from an Atlas because of that. It's not weird. It's an unusual mobility tool where he summons the real Atlas being chased by the armor. So yeah, it's a volatile hero to say the least.
Bruno, on the other hand, is going to be a pain for the side of the sadistic gods. I mean, having Bruno there gives them extra snowball potential if they can get it. They have the Grok, so that means their early game capability to fight is somewhat, what do you call this? Amplified? Is that right? Is that the right term? Is that the correct term? Yeah. But they answer with a Hylos, so that means they are really looking forward to hugging this out with the other team.
Yeah. So now it's Lancelot that they're considering. Although they already have the carry, maybe they'll look for another side laner here, the sadistic gods. Considering Sylvana, or maybe like something like a Thams, but yeah, they do secure the Sylvana this time, so that's their side laner. And now Family X Gaming getting the Valir, which is their way to burst down this Hylos. You know what, Mothers? I'm gonna ask you this question. How do you feel about double tanks right now? Because for me personally, the meta dictates that it's much better if you go for one tank, one support that deals damage, like Valir, Farsa, Sicilian, the works, right? Or maybe a Popolin Koopa that gives a little bit of push. And what we can see is a double tank setup here for sadistic gods. How do you feel about this kind of strategy?
It makes sense that you would go for a double tank if you have the capability to fight early, because that only means you can soak up a lot of damage with them and you can treat them as a sponge. But at the same time, they're not really I don't really think that they're looking forward to fight early here just because they have the carry, and that carry is 100% going to be a funnel hero for their side. Looking at their fighters, I mean, in a sense, going for a support like a mage or something, or usually mages are the ones going support, and that gives them the early capability to fight,
Mm-hmm.
and it gives them extra scaling once they hit the mid game or late game.
Mm-hmm.
It transitions to a core, so that means you don't have to lack the damage going into the late game or the mid game, but that ensures you that you can fight in the early game as well. So I'm not really a fan of a double tank right now, but
Yeah.
if you can make it work and if you can give your funnel hero kills, it is going to work on your side because that two tanks means having the extra front
Welcome to
line for your
Mobile
funnel hero.
Legends.
We'll see if that will be the case for
5 seconds
Sadistic
till the
Gods
enemy reaches the
against
battlefield.
Family
Smash
X
them.
Gaming.
All troops
So
deployed.
yeah, I think that it's the team. It's the Sadistic Gods on the red side, playing the Bruno.
Okay.
So yeah, honestly, yeah, you want to know why I mentioned why I was
Why?
able to deduce that because they
They,
wanted to
they were the
spoke in
ones who spoke in
Tagalog.
Tagalog. Okay.
That's right.
If you're Malaysian, then you're probably not gonna do that.
Yeah, it's
Unless you have Tagalog training or you were born partly
Okay.
Filipino.
but yeah, don't worry, man. Shinbu has saved us once again. Yeah,
Yes.
it's
So Shinbu is one of the greatest men in esports.
in Philippine esports,
In
but
Philippine
yeah,
esports.
maybe in the future, starting now with RGL, maybe it's a start for the Southeast Asian invasion of
Oh, Shinbu.
Shinbu, the
Shinbu
man himself.
Quadrada. If-
That's right.
We're gonna plug the page of Shinbu, by the way. It's Shin with the one for an eye.
Yeah,
Then Boo. Then just search him on Facebook.
yeah, SH1.
Like his page. Like his page and
That's right. And follow the
you know,
page as
give
well.
him a follow. Greatest man in esports. PH esports.
You learn a lot of good content from this guy. A lot of good content. Why are you laughing, man? What's so funny? I don't understand. Why are you laughing at Shinbu's page?
No, it's a good page. It's a good page.
It is. No, we're just kidding, guys. We're just having a. We're we're just
Okay.
having a little bit of fun here for our team, and just wanted to remind you guys that we exist in the social media. If you're from the Philippines and you probably know us already, but if you don't, well, it's time now to follow our pages. Manjin, it's Manjin and Manjin Faldas. Shinbu, it's Shinbu SH1NBOO. Then for me, it's Wolfcast, and then Butters for my friend over here. There you go.
Oh,
This
it's
guy.
Opa Butters. It's
Yeah.
slash Opa Butters. So
There you
if
go.
you can leave us a follow, that would be great. If you can't, then that's great too.
Yeah. And we are also reaching out to our viewers from Malaysia and other parts of Southeast Asia. If you want some content in Mobile Legends as well as other esports titles, but mainly Mobile Legends, we are having a lot of content for you guys, a lot of news, and we're also casting in international languages as well, particularly in English. We also have international casts. This is not the first time that we are doing international casts, actually, but this is the first regional Mobile Legends tournament, and we're so happy that we are now being part of it. Of course, this is all organized by RealMe.
Yeah, it's all made possible by RealMe, and you know, the thing about this tournament is when you make Malaysia face off the Philippines, you don't really see this happening for normal circumstances. Usually for tournaments, it's Philippines versus Philippines, Malaysia versus Malaysia, Indo versus Indo. But right now, these teams have the capability to gauge each other in such a tournament. So at least we are having some, we are having a bit of exposure for the smaller teams.
Yep. So this is a non-professional circuit.
Yeah.
So
And
what
usually
that
you
means-
see this kinds of setup. Okay,
Yeah.
so that is not good.
Okay.
Okay.
It doesn't matter that much. Okay, so it's a little bit of lead for the Sadistic Gods, down 1 minute and 21 seconds in, which kind of tells us that their funnel strategy is doing better. As you can see from Family X Gaming, they don't have the 4 mask strategy or even a 3 mask strategy, just having masks on the supports. And what, in effect, when you don't adjust your opponents doing masks, you will be left behind when it comes to economy, and I think it's showing right now. Not only when it comes to gold, but also when it comes to experience. I think that bonus gold and XP that you can get from the mask is just way too good. That maybe this is the way that mask should truly be played. Nevertheless, there's the first blood with Sicilian dealing the damage, and there's the Giant with the Jump Ejector getting the second kill for the Sadistic Gods. And Guardian's Barrier, a little bit too late in there.
Oh,
but it does
Bruno,
the tackle from Giant. My goodness, Bruno. Nice timing on the tackle, and with that, they get their 3rd kill and a lot of gold in the bank for the Sadistic Gods, my friend.
So, Wolf, they what they call this, Family X Gaming went for a traditional 1-2-2 lineup, 1-2-2 setup on their laning stage. It now makes sense why they went for a double tank, but they didn't really abuse the fact that there are masks, as you've said.
Yeah.
So we are seeing how much gold is Sadistic Gods getting from
That's right.
abusing this certain mechanic into the game.
And
Now,
that's also,
they
yeah.
have to catch up. They have to catch up. It's almost 4,000 gold on going to the side of what do you call this?
Of
What
Sadistic
is this? The Sadistic Gods. So there is, I don't know. How do you come back from this?
Yeah, so the problem is you also are lacking EXP, and I think that in the fight that happened up top, Hylos is just level 1, and as the rest of Sadistic Gods, they're already at level 3, which meant that the Sicilian, the Joy, the Grok, they deal so much damage already, and there was a time where they were able to secure 3 more kills, which even inflated the lead that they have. So it's honestly very hard, very difficult to come back like this. Sylvana, just 1 stun is what they needed. Just 1 from the Sanguine Claws. And it's already so good for Sadistic Gods.
They really need to find a way to catch up. I mean, Family X Gaming, things aren't looking good on their side. And when you think about it, Wolf, Bruno is one of those heroes that you don't really want to see getting funneled. It's much more basic to funnel. It's not basic, but it's easier. It's way easier to funnel a Bruno and to take a Bruno into the fight into the early game. And it shows. It shows that Bruno, once he hits a certain level range, or let's say like level 4, he can go straight for the fight.
Yeah,
and he's
absolutely.
not using the sliding tackle. He's not using it defensively. He's using it aggressively. So if that's happening in the early stages of the game, something's wrong. Something's really wrong with the rotation that you're doing.
Yeah, I understand. If you're seeing your opposing Bruno playing like this, playing so aggressively, you know that you're doing a bad job already controlling your opponent, because this should not be happening. Honestly, if you're looking at the draft, they have good early game. This is a 2-tank setup, which meant that they have a lot of control. Maybe a little bit less when it comes to damage, but if you put in the X-board maybe in there for a little bit of time, and the carry, once you should be able to at least stop your opponents from destroying your early game rotations. But I think this is much more of a problem for, well, not in terms of draft, but more like the execution from I'm sorry, it's Family X Gaming.
Right? I mean, Wolf, how do you deal with this? As long as you don't follow like the funnel meta that's happening right now, there is little to no way you're gonna get back in terms of gold. If you probably catch them, just go for a team wipe, you can. But the thing about it is, you cannot fight this head on just because you have no XP.
Yeah.
It's not a problem about money, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's the problem of having more heroes at level 4, level 5, level 6 on the enemy team
That's right.
rather than getting enough gold for the other team. Because if you think about it, the way that they're funneling this on Jads, they're
Yeah.
giving him all the money, so you can deal with the other heroes. But for Grok, let's say Grok is not now at level
Oh,
6,
there's a fight
and carry is at level 6, so that means the superior tank and their carry is at the same stage as early as 4 minutes into the game.
We'll see what the better you get from XP, but look at this. Look at this is the raw damage output they're receiving now. Glorious Pathway in a weird spot, but this means that the Sagrikas will connect. Beautifully done from the Sicilian, and that will mean another kill for Sadistic Gods, and probably another one as Hylos is solo. Even when this is under turret for even when I'm sorry that the Hylos has extra defense from that turret, I think that he will really melt against this Sicilian and this Bruno.
Yeah. I mean, right now, how do you stop this Bruno? That is the question that is looming in the heads here for the side of Family X Gaming. It's the question that they need to answer ASAP if they want to fight for their tournament life. Now, how do you catch him? And if you catch him, do you have enough damage to deal with him?
It's already hard for you to catch him. It's even harder to deal the damage, honestly.
Yeah.
Because this is a problem. This is really a problem of how you start your openings. And I think that I will give a little bit of
Sure, go.
comparison, another reference here,
Go
and then
ahead,
I
go
know
ahead.
you'll understand. I'm not an expert in chess, but I know that if you mess up your opening against your opponent who is doing like a standard opening, but you mess your opening up, you already have eventually lost or forfeited the game, right? Because it's one
Yeah.
thing to have your own opening versus your opponent's opening, and then you kind of clash against each other, and it's okay. It's gonna be dependent on how you execute. But when you are not doing your job and the opponent is doing their job, it just means that you're already putting yourself in a very bad spot. And I think that's
Okay.
exactly what happened here. The
And that is
opening.
critical. That is
The-
critical.
yeah.
The opening is critical. The rotation is critical, and it could have worked. The 1-2-2 setup, Wolf. It still
Yeah.
works. It's not really that bad if you think about it. But you have to deal the damage. You have to be really aggressive as the game goes by.
Yep. I think we have returned to the game. And yeah, the Hylos really failed in that. And I think that it's almost sure that will happen. Inevitable, I would say. 5 minutes in, we have a 10-0 score in favor of the Sadistic Gods. And
No.
Grok says, okay. Shoutouts to XBOSEP. I don't know. Oh, for a peso. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so they have they're asking for a lot of shoutouts, to be honest.
Yeah, a
I
lot of
don't know
shoutouts.
how you play and ask for shoutouts at the same time.
Yeah, well, if you're leading by 10-0, 5 minutes, I think you
Yeah,
can
you
breathe
can.
for maybe 5 seconds to actually type. Oh, look at this. Way of the Dragon into the Cyclone Eye, but it doesn't matter. Sylvana will still fall as the reinforcements from Sadistic Gods are way ready for that. I like the timing, actually, coming out from the Cho, making sure that the Shunpo was available before he was stunned up. And what an interesting wild charge. But there's no stun, actually, for Family X Gaming available in that fight to punish this Grok. So Grok will be keeping himself alive.
Now, Blade of Despair going here on that show. It is really bad here. This is a critical point in time for the side of Family X Gaming. They really have to stop this, and show going in, and that is a very ballsy move. Wolf. You don't really do that, but he went in, he used the flicker, and he just went straight for the kill.
And it's not like it's necessary. They were controlling the turret anyway, so that's definitely a mistake from Sadistic Gods. Unfortunately for Family X Gaming, there's not a lot of punishes. Look at that burst! Sanguine Claws into the burst. You know that it's coming, and without Purify available on the carry, you know that he will die. This means that they'll be able to push once again, taking up more, and that's turret. And yeah, they're asking for another pause at this point, but it kind of feels like there's not really any more ways for Family X Gaming to come back from this. Even when there's a pause, I'm sure that the fact that Sadistic Gods are owning by a lot, it kind of just tells us that it's already a game for them. But of course, in the spirit of sport, we know that everything is possible in the world of Mobile Legends, and even when we say that there's a big lead for Sadistic Gods, it's not impossible for Family X Gaming to turn this table around.
I don't know, man. I don't know how should they fight this, or even if
That's
they
right.
should fight this. There is a reason why we are looking at it right now. And Sylvana, it could have worked. They could have gone for the pickups if they wanted to, but it's not. It's not working. In Malaysia here, Family X Gaming, they're put in a very bad spot. So they have to find a way right now. I don't think that there is a way, but I mean, miracles can happen. Who knows?
Yeah.
RGL. This is RGL. If miracles can happen, I probably think that it should be RGL. We did see Real Boss come back from this this kind of deficit. Not this what do you call it? Not this severe, but it is a possibility.
Yeah.
It is really a possibility for them to come back. But I mean, I don't think that Sadistic Gods will let that happen. You don't let this kind of lead slip your hands.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the game actually, even when it's paused. I'm just looking at the formation of the members of Sadistic Gods compared to the formation that is present now on the side of Family X Gaming, and it's, you know what, I can honestly say that this game could end as soon as it resumes, just because of the fact that there are 4 members of Sadistic Gods in front of the base structure of Family X Gaming, a healthy amount of minions, and there's only 3 available members to defend. And you
Yeah.
know what? I've seen a lot of Mobile Legends games. I've played a lot of Mobile Legends games, and I'm sure that it's almost a victory for their side. And what they needed to do was to kind of put some bodies out, so just to survive. Maybe just to give one more hero death so that they can survive, and that's exactly what they did. That's why they're still hanging on. But I'm saying, Sadistic Gods taking down the turret in the bottom lane. No good news at all for Family X Gaming.
No good news at all. And
Look at that!
look at Giselion. Even Giselion can take down someone that easy.
Yep. So it's
And
over.
this is it. This is it. I'm pretty sure this is it.
A lot of shoutouts being thrown, but still GG's to Family X Gaming. Stellar start for Sadistic Gods. Staying true to the power of the funnel strategy, and they really did well. That meant that they will take this game and advance to the upper bracket.
Would you agree with me if I told you that the amount of shoutouts that were thrown this game is equal to the damage output of the Sadistic Gods team? I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Like, look at that. Look at the tower damage. Look at the hero damage. It is equal to every single shoutout that they've thrown this game.
Honestly, there will be no deaths if the Cho didn't blink in with the flicker, and or if he wasn't that aggressive and that anxious for the kill in the bottom lane. Could have been a 20-0, but it is a 21 score, which gives Scary the silver plate, to say the least. But obviously, we did mention that from the start it was really sided on Sadistic Gods, just because of the fact that their rotation, that early game rotation from the final strategy was perfect, while the opponents, they were lost. I think that they found themselves in the meta that it's really evident in probably I don't know 6 months before, or even longer than that, when the masks were first introduced, and it's really hard to come back from that. It's really hard to keep yourself back.
Yeah. I mean, if you put it that way, it just shows that, you know, it's all about mastery, I think. Like for this game, they've mastered the Bruno lineup. They just executed it well, and it shows. It shows that no matter how much resisting the side for Family X Gaming did, it just showed, and it just it was apparent that they really knew what they're doing at that point in time.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, how do you come back from that? Is there a way to come back from that? I don't think so as well. I don't think so.
It's hard. You know what?
It's
You
one
can.
of the mysteries in life. It's probably
Yeah.
one of the mysteries in life. It's there with the UFOs.
And
I
speaking
don't
of
know what's happening.
UFO, man, I'm gonna transform, and yeah, I'm gonna be eaten by a black hole in a few seconds, and be replaced by the national hero, the treasure of Philippine esports. My goodness, my people, ladies and gentlemen, make way for the hero of Philippine esports, Shinbu.
Okay. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Shinbu, with a one for an eye,
Thank you so much, Wolf.
the best person in esports.
I'll see you later. So that's actually a lot of latency issues for that game, huh? And I think it's coming from the side of is that coming from the side of Python? Or sorry of
I was thinking it came from the side of no, not the Family X Gaming side.
It's sadistic, right?
Cause sadistic, they were, I don't know, there were more shoutouts than pause requests. Understand? If you watch the whole game, like there wasn't a time that the chat box was down.
Yeah, I'm actually curious about that one. Probably we will have some new rulings to be placed on our next round. Anyway, guys, again, Shibu the 1-4, and time check is actually 12:12. It's like a sale in Lazada and Shopee. When they have this RealMe sale going on. Anyway, guys, again, we are now down to our 7th match for the night. Again, you just witnessed the series earlier, and of course, I just want to repeat that it resulted to have Family Gaming falling into the hands of the sadistic gods. Next one would be pretty solid. That's next Play Predator Solid versus Phyton esports. So, and of course, you have seen Pilipinas and learn from the adults there. There's a bit of a delay for our ongoing tournament because of those post calls. But I think we are good to go. So I'm just gonna be rallying the players.
Alright. So this is the RGL. This is the RGL. If you were watching from the start, then thank you for staying. And if you just came into the stream, then we are at our second to the last match for the day.
Indeed.
And all matches are BO1. This is single elimination. If you make it to the next round, then there is more leeway for you to make a mistake and lose because there is a lower bracket. But at the same time, if you lose right now, you are out of the tournament, and that's how hard it is to make it in here in the RGL. Right now, we're setting up lobby. We're asking the teams to come in, and so we can get started with the games. There are a lot of things happening, and there is a giveaway happening right now on the pinned comment. So make sure you check that out.
Yeah.
And make sure you join, because there are lots of amazing prizes in store for you as long as you are watching the RGL.
Lots of stuff to be won on our running stream, and the best part about this one is it won't just be for this night. We will be doing this every Friday of the week. We'll be seeing you guys for that one. We'll be seeing you guys for this RGL, ladies and gentlemen. Sadly, we don't have Patchy to join our team for the night. We have one more talent actually up in our crew. Big shoutouts to Manjin as well for being present earlier. And yeah, of course, thank you so much. Really appreciated all the members of the RealMe community coming from the Philippines, even here, and even from Malaysia, joining our live stream for tonight, and of course, supporting their respective teams. We have yeah, we're starting to rally up the teams and our players into the room lobby.
Probably one of the most awaited teams in, the Philippines, probably in Southeast Asia. Next play Predator Solid. Man, this team is
They have,
back
yeah,
and
they have this ongoing thing. Is that on Next Play Predator Solid? The one with Andeng? What the hell is that?
I don't know. It's
It's
probably
something in,
no.
I've been
I
seeing in
don't.
YouTube. Love
I'm
story. It's like a love story, tol.
I'm not sure if it's I'm not really sure about the story, the whole story. I just know bits of it. It's like Yaoi is
Play Predator Solid is classified as a professional team already.
yeah.
For I mean, in terms of caliber, although they're not in the professional league of Mobile Legends here in the Philippines, still in terms of strength, right? They're
Yeah.
like they're perceived as like a professional caliber team, especially with H2O. I think H2O, as Doggy has mentioned, is really strong.
hmm So this is going to be fun. I think a lot of our Pinoy audiences is looking forward to this. Probably some Southeast Asian people as well, just watching right now and supporting their own team. So please do support your teams. Make sure to share this live stream and make sure that your team is not losing in terms of cheers coming out from their countrymen. This is going to be a fun match. This is a best of one. Even if Next Play Predator Solid is considered as a pro team,
Yeah.
this is still a best of one.
Yes.
So
Yes.
anything can happen.
Anything can
One
happen.
mistake
Yeah.
can cost them the tournament. Okay, that's I don't know, man.
We'll see. We're just waiting for Rene J actually to be ready. Special mention to Rene J. Here we go. We have our players ready. So let's signal them. Let's have the signal to start.
Okay, so let's see.
Oh,
Let's start this and we are going to head into the draft in just a bit. Let's head in right now and let's see how the drafting is gonna go. Next Play Predator Solid into the red side. They have the first two picks. Fight on Esports will get the first pick. Who will Fight on Esports ban? That is one of the things that you have to consider. Will they ban out a Selena? Will they ban out a Hylos?
let's see. They have 5
Kufa?
seconds onto the
A
ban.
Claude?
It's actually
Another
the first
Claude?
ban. It's actually the first ban that
Okay.
signals
Your team is banned.
the understanding of the team,
Yeah.
of the meta, of how they are positioned actually relative to the other teams. If they're really like a veteran team, a professional team, a semi-pro team, or or something who just stumbled upon the registration form.
Your team is banned.
And this looks like
A very-
bans coming on from experienced teams.
Yes,
Natalia is
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Popol is banned. you do know that we are going to have a
They're
fun
removing a lot
match
of
or a
vision.
good
They're
match.
removing a lot of vision here. And they're removing a lot of control. They're removing a lot of denial. This is... I think we have a nice match here, Butters.
Yeah. And I feel that Python Esports, they can give
Your team is
Next
picking.
Play Predator Solid a run for their money, and they go straight for the. Are they going straight for a Balmond?
Of course
That's the
not.
question.
They're gonna go for the
This
Hylos.
is probably a hover.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure if they're gonna go for this. If they're gonna go for this, this
They're
is going
just
to be a
taunting.
surprise.
Yeah, they're just taunting. It will be a Hylos.
Okay.
Hylos.
Alright, let's see if it will be a
Your
Selena.
team is picking.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a
Selena,
Selena
Johead.
on the side.
Let's see.
Selena Johead, Selena Cho is a probability too.
Yeah, lots of
Selena.
it onto H2O as well. And considering that show. Or Taps probably. Could be a Taps.
Kaja.
Oh, Kaja!
Oh, it's a
Your
Kaja.
team is
So they
picking.
just amplify. They just make sure that their pickup game is good.
Yes, they have a lot of selections still, and even remaining on the offlane side, they could choose Esmeralda,
Mhm.
they could choose Tams. There's the X-Borg, there is of course the Johead, which will be denied here by Team Python Esports. I love how solid the front line of Python Esports is. The big question is, here is, what will be their funnel?
They're just setting it up. I mean, Claude is still
Probably
up.
they will react.
Claude is still up.
Claude is still up. I think probably they plan on reacting. They've already banned the Hanzo as well, and they can even pick a link. Honestly,
Ah, yeah.
Your
Oh
team
no,
is
no,
banned.
they're not gonna go for a Ling
they're
anymore.
not gonna go for a link. Okay.
They're not gonna go for a Ling anymore because they pick the carry, and you don't usually.
I mean the Python. I mean Python. I was thinking.
Python can pick the Ling.
Yeah.
Because they have a lot of chunky boys. I mean tanks. Well, they are chunky. There are a lot of chunky boys on their side. But having the Kaja
Your
on
team is
the
picking.
other team, it just puts the funnel hero at purify mode. Or it just with a Selena rather. It just puts the carry
Your
in purify
team
mode.
is
Because
picking.
the thing about the Selena is there is constant pressure of getting hit with the arrow. It's not like it's always going at you, but if you don't see the Selena in the map, it's almost always certain that she's there somewhere in the jungle, and she's trying to find the perfect angle for an arrow.
I wonder what will be the fourth pick. Ling is
Tigreal?
an obvious lock in.
Tigreal.
They will commit to the title.
Ling. Your team is picking.
Okay, not bad.
Not bad. I mean, clearly there is a plan here, but the Grok could just embrace the Tigreal. It's an expected pick from Next Play Predator Solid. And the idea is very simple. You just have to, you just need to have the carry. You just need to have you just need to have the carry, of course, be protected from this front line of Python Esports. But it's not really the front line. If you're very busy dealing with the front line here, a very durable front line, then probably you'd miss your attention on the link. It's a very interesting draft. I believe we have a very nice chess game and a nice flex or a nice flex of
Yeah.
chess-like approach on the draft between these two teams.
You know what? Considering how Malaysia went for their picks, it's like a football team. It's American football.
Mm-hmm.
What they do is they go straight in front, they run the ball towards the goal, and they try to go for a touchdown. And this is what they're gonna do. They're just gonna go for the glorious pathway, try to take down everyone, probably try and get the Tigreal to catch out someone. And look at the side here of Next Play Predator Solid. They don't have a Purify on their side. What they have is multiple flickers. They have 4 flickers
Yeah.
and 1 vengeance on the Tams.
Yeah, it does look like they can turn around, and yeah, the Vengeance and Tams is really good as well. It does feel like just because of this emblems alone, Next Play Predator Solid knows what they are doing, but I still believe this won't be a one-sided game. It will be a very calculated one, I dare say. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, let me just update the names of the teams here.
Okay, so right now we are going to see Yaoi with his Grok, and this is going to be a game of control and a pause.
Okay, let's give them the pause. I think it would be this match would be a sight to see anyway.
Yeah. You know what? It's going to be MB, if I'm not mistaken, for that Tams. Going to be MB playing that Tams. So there's a lot of map control here going to the side of Next Play Predator Solid, and they should be very happy with that. Python Esports, on the other hand, they do not care about map control. What they care about is just winning the early skirmishes. Because they have really tanky heroes on their side, and they have enough damage to deal with this. They're not even looking to burst down someone. Their only source of burst here into the early game is the Last Insanity. So what they want to do is they really want this Jawhead to scale up. Then they would get that Jawhead to go for the early burst or the late burst or mid game burst rather. So they're just gonna go in, and H2O here just trying to fight this Salmon, getting called out, and that is a very bad position. But look at that block, Yawi here. What a play coming out from this man.
Oh my god. Now I'm I think I will eat my words earlier. I thought this won't easily be a one-sided game, but at this rate it might be. Just the way H2O was given some freedom to just land all those hits early on. I do understand this is quite easy and intuitive for a player the likes of H2O. But I feel like there is the underestimation of Python Esports on this carry. This carry can chase down its target, especially if a lot of heroes from the side of Python Esports receive the full damage of that nature's power of nature.
Okay, so Shinbu, as a Selena player, how do you think should Chester deal with the pressure, or how should Chester make pressure for the other team?
For now, I think the direction here for the side of Next Play Predator Solid is to be aggressive. So there's really nothing much. There's really not much that Chester has to do, but to continue the pressure that is obvious from Selena. Dive in, get that bite, then just garrote out. And just with the Grok alone, there's already a lot of pressure. Even Renegade here doesn't have to use his ultimate. Just look at that. It doesn't have to use his ultimate. Just with the Grok and the carry alone should be enough. And it's very hard. It's very hard to relate on this Selena because this is a support Selena, and I don't like playing support. I want to be the main character Selena.
Okay, the main Selena.
Yes.
But man, I would have to give mad props here for Yawi. The way he plays this Grok, the way he uses the Guardian's Barrier. This guy is really good at controlling whatever it is that's happening on the other side of the map. So I don't know, maybe this is the formula for the side of Next Play Predator Solid. Just keep on giving Yawi the freedom to just roam around, and with the help of the Selena, he gets it. Because if ever there is a bit of fear on the side here of what do you call this? What other Python Esports? Yeah, we can just easily go in and go out of, the jungle, the enemy team's jungle.
Yeah, just look at that. They're using the flicker to dive in, not to dive out. They get the full setup on that Tiger. It doesn't matter. They know that they already have the main damage source here of Python Esports removed. They've already removed all the fangs from this Python just by killing that Ling alone. And consistently denying him of his blue. This is already in the bag, I think, by next. I mean, unless there is a very heavy mistake for this game, it does look like at this pace, if this keeps up, this is already in the bag of Next Play Predator.
Yeah, it just shows how strong this team is. But Python Esports, they still have a chance. This isn't really set in the bag. This isn't really in the bag as of the moment. They need to get a bit more objectives to make sure that it's secure for the side of Next Play Predator Solid. One mistake could really just cost them and give this game, the equality or the equilibrium in terms of the gold lead and the map control. But right now, Next Play Predator Solid, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna let that happen.
Yeah. like right now, they're just leaving the turrets to the tabs, and it feels like Chester is getting all the free that he needs. Renegade here has his ultimate already burned. Chester won't commit to the dive, and that is kind of a wasted ult from Salmon. But he does know that he can make his escape just because of the swords getting picked up from the Tempest of Blades. Still, he won't have any firepower now to stop this push onto this bottom lane inhibitor.
Jawhead getting caught out with that Abyssal Arrow. That is going to be a pick off. Yawi here getting caught out. He doesn't have his flicker right now, and that is going to be a full commit onto that Croc, but he does have the flicker. Sorry about that, and he will get out. He forced out a lot of ultimates onto the side here of Python Esports, and he lives to tell the tale.
It does feel like next play Predator Solid. H2O here on the carry, showing us that of how really stable this pick is. Just look at that. Have your Soul of Lava in. Have a lead of something like okay, so have a lead of 5k. This is too much. I feel that the carry can do 3v1 right now. Especially with this melee range heroes and slow heroes from Python. Oh my god.
Okay. Carry just going in, going out. H2O here going ham on everyone. And it's not like they're gonna... It doesn't look like they're gonna stop anytime soon. H2O still wants more blood. Godlike here for H2O. Jawhead will be the next target. And look at the damage. That wasn't even on stack. There wasn't even any stacks onto the side of Jawhead. It just took one normal attack to finish his HP. And right now, Wild Charge is there. Tigreal trying to run away. Chester trying to go for the kill. It won't be enough, but it will be enough to end the game. Next play, Predator Solid eliminates Python Esports from the tournament.
Victory!
Man,
Gentlemen, that is, yep, I've eaten my words. I really thought there is like a good play or a good fight or hiss from the Pythons against next play Predator Solid, but that was one-sided. It does look like next play, it does look like Python Esports is a stable comp, but they built a turtle composition. No, a tanky one. Not really reminiscent of a Python here. So, yeah, congratulations to next play Predator.
and just looking at it, it looked like Python Esports knew what they were doing. They had a plan.
Indeed.
But the problem is that plan good? Is that plan gonna work? It didn't work because next play Predator saw right through it. And their bans and picks really look good. It's just that there was a difference in terms of execution.
Indeed. It feels like, it feels as well that they are, how can I say this? It feels as well that they are really aggressive in a calculated manner. And it does feel like in terms of aggression, it's supposed to be into the side of Python, right? I feel like it's supposed to be into the side of Python, especially that they have the more durable frontline. They have the more durable composition.
Okay, so I don't know, man. Just next play Predator Solid
Yeah.
makes it into the second part of the tournament, and that is another team going straight to the second round for the Filipinos. And looking at it, this is going to be one fun last series of the day. This is the next game is still going to be a best of one. It's between Sinag Pilipinas versus Learn from Idol X.
Learn from Idol X. I'm very curious about that one. I've actually heard from Sinag Pilipinas. I think they've tried to be in touch with us as well. I mean, with me regarding this tournament. I think they're the one who came together, inspired by the Seaball team of SEA Games, if I'm not mistaken.
And they called them Sinag.
Yes, Sinag. I actually know someone who plays who's this Sinag Philippines team reminds me of someone actually. But it's more of not really Sinag. It's more of Sunog. Sunog. It's my friend Nomad PH.
Yeah, Sunog PH.
Sunog Pilipinas.
He doesn't have money always. He's always the sunog.
He's always burned. The guy's always burned. so, Sunog Pilipinas.
Sunog PH.
He should have just adopted that name for that instead of the team Sadnu.
Sunog. Yeah, no, Sunog Pilipinas.
Anyway, I think Wolf is already on standby, so we can have him. To cover for the final game.
Okay.
For this match. As you mentioned, thank you so much, Butters. Any
That is
final
it
words?
for me. Thank you. See you next Friday for more RGL. That's it for me.
All right, Jack.
Wow,
Ultimate.
I love it.
Ultimate prod, ladies and gentlemen.
The transitions, man,
Yeah.
it's killing me. All right, thank you once again to our friend Butters, aka Stumpy Boy, aka Armored Clavio.
Clavio. Indeed. Anyway, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. Our final series. The final series, ladies and gents. Still curious if that pizza delivery will be arriving. But it's okay. Totally okay. Ladies and gents, biggest shoutouts,
It's 12:30 and I'm still hopeful, my friend.
biggest shoutouts to all of our partners for this RealMe Gaming League. Of course, to Coda Shop, to Home Credit. Have you tried Home Credit, Wolf?
I did. You know, my first gadget, my first laptop was
Home Credit.
because of Home Credit.
The,
and
the
I'm
next
still-
play, the next play Predator one.
The next
Predator.
That's right.
Yeah. I have one laptop as well from
Yeah.
Home Credit. Then of course we also have Logitech G.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Coda Shop again, and of course we have RealMe. Oh yeah, wow, same mouse.
Of course. G900, right?
G902.
902, yeah. You have the better one. I have the older one.
one with the wireless charging. So
Oh, that's
anyway,
right.
we have the match here. Sinag Pilipinas. Have you seen Sinag Pilipinas play?
Yes, I do. I did. This is and a lot of different tournaments actually, because this team is a little
Very
bit close to very active. You know, they always reach out. I think you were mentioning about them reaching out to
Yeah.
tournaments like this. There was one member, not really a member, but one of the. I was able to speak with one of the organizers, or I think manager is the proper term for Sinag Filipinas. And yes, they do want to break it to the MPL, to the professional league of course of Mobile Legends. It's just that they haven't found their break because of the fact that the players here are still students, and I think that's a big hurdle. That's a big hurdle yet, but the fact that with their not really lack of training, but them not having as much training as other players or other teams, but they still are performing well in tournaments. I think that's also good. By the way, the players from Sinaga also, I think, academic achievers. If I don't know if it's the proper term, I don't know if but they're doing well in school.
Of course, it's a given. We totally understand. You can go for both. You can go for one. You could go for Suful Academics. You can go for Suful Esports. I think we are already past the topic of of having one have a bigger weight over the other. So it's all okay. What I want to emphasize about Sinag Pilipinas is actually of their dream as well of representing the Philippines, not just in getting into the big leagues, but I think this team is really aspiring to become a team just like Sibol, who has who indeed has given honor to the country by playing games.
That's right.
So it is a very valid and very real dream, guys. Hard one to do so, but it is very valid, and more than ever, what is needed for the youth nowadays is having a dream, is to have a dream.
Always have a dream.
Yes. So,
and Sinag Pilipinas, obviously they're gonna be facing against a team that we don't know much yet, but they still have to prepare for them very well. This is learn from Idolex. I don't know who Idolex is. Maybe our fans, our viewers from Malaysia can enlighten us. do mention in the chat what the source, what's the reference of learn from Idol X with their name, but hopefully that's for the best.
We will
And I
know.
hope that, yeah. Okay, so I think that we're gonna start the game in maybe, I don't know, perhaps 5 minutes, perhaps.
Actually, we're in the draft.
We are in the draft. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
we are
So this is the actual draft. Okay, there you go.
Oh,
So
sorry,
okay.
sorry. We just have an update.
okay,
This is a test ping. Okay.
okay. Check ping. Okay, so still, yeah.
Okay, our players want to be sure.
Your team
Very
is
academic.
down.
Okay.
Okay. Sure.
Wait, let
Very
me double check.
textbook.
Yeah. Test ping?
Okay.
Because the way
Okay.
they ban, it's not for test ping, ah.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. Wait, let's ask them. Okay. How are you doing, Wolf?
Banning.
Huh?
Whew, much
I
better
mean,
now.
For GCQ.
Oh, okay. So there was a big part of how do I say this? A huge part of this month of the better half of May, either working or trying to recover from my injuries or my sickness, and it's not nice. But it helped me. It helped me play a totally different game.
Picking.
You remember, because there's a little bit of lore here, my friends. All right, a few months back, or maybe a month back,
Okay.
Shinbu and I started to cast a lot of online games, and we were telling stories about me finding a little bit of joy with RPGs. Just just
me
straight up
too.
story mode games.
Yes.
No MMORPG, no grind, no esports titles.
Okay,
Just RPGs.
Linear ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
The story-driven ones, and I found another good game, and it's helping me recover from my injuries. Because the problem with having a little bit of pain with no matter what, like for example, my foot is painful, giving me the headache as well. It's hard to play esports title games because it just amplifies your whatever your headaches or your whatever you're feeling. But
Yeah,
when
yeah.
it's
If it's
story
an
mode
esports
games, you just
title,
enjoy it.
Yeah. If it's an esports title,
Your team
your
is
soul
picking.
goes to the game.
That's right.
Your
That's
soul,
right.
The totality of you, your
Yes.
passion, your dreams, everything is that into the game. But if it's
That's right.
if it's a story-driven game, the soul of the game, the
That's right.
story goes to you. You should
Yeah.
try The Last of Us. You should try The Last of Us.
I'll try that one. That's a PS game.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll try that one now.
Yes. And
Yeah.
and Watch Dogs. My recommendation would be Watch Dogs. I think
Oh,
you should
yeah,
play
okay.
Watch Dogs as well. It has a modern
Okay, there you go.
Of course, guys, it's totally good. Play anything that you want. Play video games. You know, for me, for the GCK, I'm actually very proud to say that
Yeah.
I was able to visit my parents already.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Oh, when was this? When was this?
Just yesterday, I was
Oh,
able to travel.
Yeah,
Intertown, because if I'm not mistaken in ECQ that's prohibited, right?
that's right. Yeah, there's a different term that Malaysians use.
For their community quarantine.
Yeah, it's a MCO. There you go.
MCO. What is
Okay.
MCO?
Your
Let me
team
see.
is
Let me look.
picking.
Alright. So it means movement control order. It's technically the same with us because from our fans in Malaysia watching right now, ECQ means enhanced community quarantine, which is basically you cannot go outside unless you have a quarantine pass, and you can only have one member per household to have that. And I'm not entirely sure what MCO means for Malaysians, but from my friend who's also a caster in Malaysia, residing in Malaysia, they're under MCO, and it's almost like that. It's almost the same, wherein they cannot go out unless they have these passes, and only a limited amount of people, or only a limited amount of people can get out. So, yeah.
Well, bottom line is make sure that you guys take care and that you take care of each other.
Yes.
Remember that. It's not just you just take care. You make sure that you take care of each other as well. So we have the full draft in. We've actually taken a shortcut. just
Yeah.
get into the full draft. It's very much inclined with the running meta right now. Probably with the dimension of having a Kimi combined with the Selena here. So that
Yeah.
actually gives you some good control in the jungle, especially with the Kufra. But at the
Yeah.
same time, you can go for push because of the high loss Kimi.
Hanzo.
But look at that. That's what I'm actually looking forward. Not really. I'm not expecting the Hanzo. I wasn't able to think of the Hanzo, but I'm thinking that you just need to counter the Kimi here. Deny something on the Kimi, and you can easily
I
do
see.
that with the Hanzo. And Grak Hanzo. Just look at that.
This is a meta that's has been rising in the Indonesia playing field. Now, just recently in the Philippines was introduced, perhaps a week ago, professionally introduced. That really, I think it's already evident in public matches now. But it is indeed the bane of having Kimi in your team. If
Just
facing
the
against
Hanzo.
Hanzo, it's just almost impossible to win it if the Hanzo is playing it right. If the team with the Hanzo is playing it right.
Yes.
So yeah, I like the idea that Hanzo was last picked by the side of Sinag, if I'm not mistaken. This is Sinag from Philippines. Then again, if they play their cards right, there's a lot of strength from learned from Idol-X, honestly. With Kimi, Hylos, and Selena in there, there's a lot of pick-off potential, a lot of push as well
Yes, yes.
from the team.
Yes.
So it's gonna be up to execution.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Remember, the Selena works much like what is this? Much like a Natalia, and we've witnessed it in our biggest league, in our biggest tournament here in the country, of how the Kimi, a Kimi composition with the Natalia beats the Hanzo composition. It's just
That's
that the Hanzo is heavily countered by these assassins. Although, there we go. We have a call for boss coming in from our players. They
Yeah.
want to be sure. They want to be sure because this is just a best of one anyway.
Yeah, it's the best of one. Can easily be knocked out of the stage, and obviously you want the best experience. So even as we try to have the most perfect game internationally, the fact that it's an international game, it means that it's harder to get the more stable connection, I think, at least for mobile.
Yeah,
Or maybe
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's still very dependent actually. You can even have a host in the Philippines and still the struggling team will be on the side of the Philippines. That depends on the server. That depends on ISPs. That depends on actually infrastructure. That even depends on protocols actually. On network protocols, on how networks are configured. It's a very complicated process.
Yeah.
It's basically, if it's log, it's log. It's lag.
It's what it is. But yeah, I think that previously our teams, anyways, they have played in there are many smooth games today,
Yes,
and
yes.
maybe it's a little bit of spikes, and that's one thing that we cannot completely guarantee. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. That's just how technology is. Even if you get the fastest internet, it will spike no matter what
It's
happens.
actually very interesting as well because I've spent I mean we're doing this, there's the internet spike, everything. It's because it's online, right? You have to remember that everything is online, and
Yeah.
it's I mean, I was surprised that it's been quite long indeed that I've been in an on-site event.
That's right.
Very, very far from indeed our old habits 3 months ago, right?
That's right. Yeah, I mean,
Crazy. It is
the
crazy.
last time I was able to attend an online, a LAN or an event with actual audience was probably last February, early Feb.
And
So that's a long time.
And it's not just any on-site event that you are casting. It's actually just gaming events or event per se.
Yeah.
I mean, they're everywhere actually. 3 months ago,
Yeah.
like game
That's
launching.
right. Yeah, every week. That's right.
Every week there's something. I remember that.
That's right. That's also absolutely true.
Crazy, man.
But now, this is such a good reset for us.
yeah,
This
eye opener.
an eye opener, definitely. The
Yeah.
COVID situation.
Yeah, this guy's
And you know what? The positive thing that I get from esports in general is that, dude, we are the only surviving entertainment for almost
Yes.
everyone.
Yes,
That's
yes.
at least in a competitive level.
Yeah, it's
I
like
think wonderful.
it's like we just revert back. It's just we just revert back by 1 year.
Yeah, that's right.
When
Just a little bit of
on-site
pause. A
events,
little bit
yeah.
of pause.
Yeah, just when we're back to just doing online events and well, because recently over the past few months and last year, there's been a good amount of on-site events for gaming, right? It's getting
That's
some
right.
good traction, and now because of the COVID crisis, yeah, we're back to doing online initiatives, which is
Yeah.
where the esports industry, the gaming industry, is quite familiar with.
That's absolutely true. Yeah, this is like our primal form. You know what I'm saying? There's like the base form of esports fans or gaming fans. We used to enjoy these kind of stuff online,
Only online, yeah.
and I'm sure that it's happier just to hear the crowd like cheering for a game for a team or for a player. But honestly, it's okay. It's totally okay. This is our primal form.
Yeah, it's totally okay. But it makes you really appreciate. It makes you really
That's right.
appreciate the on-site events in the past. I've spent the whole day for today. I've spent a whole day for today just editing, creating a content, and
Yeah.
it involves a lot of backtracking events, gaming events.
That's right.
Like back in 2013, 2016.
Man.
It was a crazy experience. I mean, it's emotional in a way, but you know, it was fun. It was fun to really look back and see what you have or what the industry have before the crisis.
Yeah. We're just happy that we are still operational, to say the least. I'm still enjoying the game, and we even have these creative, or at least out of the norm tournaments, as the wall charge will connect onto the Hylos, and it's a fourth kill in favor of Sinag Pilipinas.
Yeah,
So
it does feel like the front line, the sync between the back line and front line here from team Idol X, learn from the Idol X, is not really that good, but that was way in too deep for the Hanzo, swapping in the front line. Very
maybe a
interesting.
misclick, honestly.
Yeah, it does look like a big click. It was very antsy. That was a very antsy play to relocate himself somewhere there.
Yeah.
Quite confident. But there's also the misposition there of the Hylos earlier on.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's a misposition or a miscommunication, because it does look like Hylos really wants to engage and he didn't receive the backup that he wants.
Yeah. Nevertheless, there's the kill onto the Grok, the dive from Learn from Idol X as they shut down the Jawhead. Double kill for the Kimi. Much needed recovery here from Learn from Idol X. As Sinag Pilipinas are already getting a lot of traction in the map. And actually, Learn from Idol X is the first one to take down the strength of the Kimi. Even after trailing by a lot,
Yep.
it still went and able to get we're able to get the first third, I mean.
It was a lane without any pressure from the Hanzo anyway, so the Kimi was
That's
quite
right.
confident in taking the top lane side. The Grok wasn't able to stop him, and most or majority of the forces here of Sinag Pilipinas was allocated for the bottom lane side. It is even. There's a third trade. We have one outer turrets from the side lanes, ladies and gentlemen, for the flip map mechanic that is essentially the mirrored lanes. And I feel like the Selena is starting to understand the way this game should be played so that the Kimi can become the most effective.
Yeah. And so far, they were able to oh no! I was just gonna say that they were able to secure their red buff, but that's a Grok denying it from them. That death, it's arguable that it is a better trade for Sinag Pilipinas.
Yes. A tank dying, right? A tank dying.
Yeah.
Just so you can get the buff. The thing about having that, if I'm not mistaken, is the red buff. There we go. Where's the red buff? I think it's on the
The
Grok.
orange buff.
The orange buff.
Yeah. It was on the Grok, but the Grok died.
Okay.
So that meant that they denied it even. But the fact that it didn't come to the Kimi, that is already a win for Sinag Pilipinas. A little bit of win, I mean. And honestly, I'm gonna be happier with that.
And look at that. You have the Hanzo as well, still online. The Selena is not
That's
in a
right.
position to get a target, but
Oh,
just when I say so, the arrow actually connects to its mark. But of course, there's gonna be the Guardian, and that will be of the Grok protecting this Hanzo. Would have
and
been a
comes
waste.
the ultimate once again. Kinjutsu coming out from the Hanzo, but immediately destroyed by Learn from Idol X. But oh, while charging there, and in comes the taps to finish up the kill. What a good coordination from Team Sinag Pilipinas, and there is the Guardian's barrier. The stun from the Kufra will not connect. Pops to be flickered away. There's the joy with the ejector. The dive coming out from Sinag Pilipinas. Will they complete the kill? Yes, they can. And the Hanzo almost taking down the Selena.
Indeed. It could have been a well, it's not really a shutdown kill, but again, the Selena just one auto attack actually from that, so if I'm not mistaken. Very safe option. Now has the freedom to even rotate efficiently towards the turtle. Now secured for that part. The Hanzo now, the auto attacks will hurt a lot from him. Not to mention the Devastator will really puncture through the skin of this Kimi and Selena.
Another buff steal, no, will not complete as the Grok will use the wild charge this time to get away into safety as Thams Denver working onto the orange buff of Learn from Idol X, and that's another denial, even committing the Counter Inferno.
Yeah, just to make sure that the denial is complete. Yeah, just to make sure that the denial is complete. You can actually see the misrotation here of Team Idol X as they've allocated so much against the Thams, giving freedom now for the members here of Sinag Pilipinas. I think that is of the Hanzo to take this mid lane outer turret. I think they have now the lead, yeah, in terms of turret lane.
Absolutely got the better end of the deal, surely. And this means that Sinag Pilipinas will have such a good time for 2 more minutes, knowing that the orange buff is not available again for this Kimi. This gives them a lot of strength when it comes to team fight, and also gives the confidence to the Hanzo to go deeper and maybe take a fight into the mid lane. They don't have the best pushing potential, but if they eliminate the members of Idol X, they can push easily, for sure.
Let's see here. Indeed, a push is being done, but without any minions, it would be an awkward one. Onto the bottom lane, ladies and gentlemen, you got Denver here. Thams completing what is not done in the mid lane side. They got a Hanzo already complete for that part. Solo and Tiki into the front line as well. And yeah, just like that, the pressure is steadily falling in favor of Team Sinag Pilipinas.
And even when the mid lane was defended from Learn from Idol X, you can see the side lanes falling. Tier 2, downward. It gives the wild charge for the initiation. The damage from the Hands of Cavalier was more than enough. They jump in forward. They went for the X-Borg and they are able to kill him. Now the Joy able to flicker away. There's the ejector to keep this Stamps safe. 2 kills in favor of Sinag Pilipinas. Definitely could have gone more, but they're happy with the tier 2 turret.
It hurts a lot. It really hurts, as Manjin has mentioned, especially if you combo the power of nature towards the Devastator of this.
Oh, what? Okay.
Wow!
Bro, that's...
Very! That's...
Okay.
Yeah,
two mistakes.
Yeah, 2 for 2. That's 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
On the Hanzo. I'm not so sure. I mean,
that's definitely a misclick.
Yeah.
For sure, you will not even dare to go
under
there.
turret, while
Under
the bouncing ball is active.
The bouncing ball was there. You'll obviously get the stun, so that is, I think, a misclick. But you know what, Shinbu?
Yeah.
Sinag Pilipinas were able to get the Lord because of the chaos that made.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Let's just see. I mean, fool me once, right? Shame on you.
Yeah.
Fool me twice. Shame on me. So that's really like kind of a gag to see from Cronus. Either way, yep, you got the Lord in. Already pushing for the mid lane side. You can see how the Grach is stacking this Lord. Wow,
Yeah,
minion block is possible in Mobile Legends. Haven't seen this mechanic in a while.
If you just a little bit, a few seconds after the Guardian's Barrier, you can do that for a weird interaction. But anyways, they're trying to go. Oh, my screen just died. I'm sorry, Shimbo, you have to take it away now.
Yep, we have on this fight, ladies and gentlemen, you will have the X-Borg. All armor will tumble to the ground. Along with this inhibitor turret, ladies and gentlemen, there is still a few health bars remaining onto the Lord, and you got User Moskov gonna be removed from this one. Ejector towards Tiki. Members of Sinag Pilipinas will be playing around as they take the victory against Learn from the Idols.
Man, unfortunately, I would have said that it was amazing from Sinag Pilipinas, but I wasn't able to see it. But we do know that with the lead that they have amassed already, it's almost easy for them to execute it like that. When it comes to the draft, it's not like an outright win from Sinag Pilipinas. I still feel that this draft from Sinag Pilipinas only has a little bit of advantage on specific heroes, but not as a draft in general. But unfortunately, learn from Idol X, their early game was trumped by Sinag Pilipinas, and afterwards they just lost control of the game.
Yes, and especially I think on that early game, it resulted to having their front line be, I wouldn't say squishy, but punished, right?
Mhm.
Their front line gets punished early on. There is,
Yeah.
of course, the bronze tier performance rating onto Aqua, onto Yo 99, on that X-Borg, on that Hylos. Remember
Mhm.
that to make the Kimi composition effective, you have to have a very threatening front line as well.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely
Had
right.
it been maybe that this front line has received enough reinforcements in the early game by the Selena by the Kimi probably, and you combine that with the performance of the Selena, maybe they can punish
Mhm.
the Hanzo, because you don't even have to punish the Hanzo to kill the Hanzo. The Hanzo will
That's
just
right.
swap.
Yeah. Swap in on bouncing
Yeah,
ball.
for some reason. But
Yeah,
still, it's a win for Sinag Pilipinas. Commendable play from
that's right.
that part. Lots of pressure from Denver. I also want to commend Tiki. Lots of
Mhm.
pressure coming in from that Glock.
That's
It was
right from
well
the
played
Grok.
from
Yeah.
his end. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. If you are Hanzo and your Grok is owning the map like that, is bullying your opponents like that, oh, you really would have a good time. And that's one thing that you want if you're a farming hero like Hanzo. And that is something that Kame wished he could have had, right?
Indeed.
But
All
it
right.
wasn't. Yes.
So, for the conclusion of the proceedings of today's matches, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to review all the teams that
Yeah.
has won for tonight. We got Inner Chicks against Miracle MYY, Real Boss winning against Perpetual GMA, Peso Esports winning against SS Gaming, Mahina Po Gaming, who taking on Never Walk Alone, Galaxious Main, who will be moving forward. Compared to Synergy Esports, the Statistics Gods will check the Family X Gaming, Max Play Predator Solid will be removing the fangs of Python Esports, and Sinag Pilipinas will shine through against Learn from Idol X. You're going to be seeing the upper bracket positions there.
Yep.
There we go.
It's Aether Chicks versus it's a Real Boss. There you go. And Peso Esports versus Mahina Po Gaming. Galaxious Main versus the Sadistic Gods. And my oh my, what a headline we have here, Shinbo. It's Next Play Predator Solid going up against Sinag Pilipinas in the upper bracket, which will start next week, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, 7 p.m. 8 p.m. once
8
again.
p.m., yes.
GMT plus 8. See you next week
Of
here.
course.
Same time, same place.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to remind you of our running giveaway for this stream.
That's right.
Again, do check out all of our pinned comments whenever we do this kind of live streams. And of course, remember, as Wolf has mentioned, we're doing this every Friday of the week. All right, so for now, biggest thanks to all of our viewers. Time check is already 1 a.m. We'll make sure that we won't end like this. We'll make sure that we'll end earlier on our next episode. Of course, thanks so much for the support of our sponsors from RealMe, from Home Credit, from Logitech,
Kodo Shop.
and Kodo Shop. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. And of course,